Hey, this is Dave. Welcome to the shop. So I've got some drawers I was working on yesterday. I've got a coat of shellac on the faces of them. The rest of them I'm going to leave bare wood and wax them. And that will be the only finish on the outsides of the drawers. And inside there'll be no finishes at all. And so today I've got this one first coat of Amber Shellac, which I love. And I'm using it for a couple of things. One is to give the wood a little bit of tone, because of that amber color I really enjoy. It also, the cherry's going to darken over time, but this will give it a little bit of an acceleration, so it'll be dark while I'm still alive. And not really dark. I don't want to stain them. But I want to sand them to a better finish, because my ultimate finish is going to be 2 coats of shellac and then 2 rubbed on coats of tung oil. I like it. It's sort of bulletproof, particularly in a dusty shop like I have. It allows you to clean in between each coat, which is nice. So here's the drill. Sandpaper. This is my first coat of shellac, so I'm using 220 sandpaper, and that's pretty fine. And I'm just and I also use it to help stiffen the fibers on the surface so that I can easily sand them to very smooth surface. This is going to get 2 coats of shellac sanded in between each coat, and then 2 coats of rubbed on tung oil, which in a dusty shop like I have, I can clean in between each coat. After the final coat goes on, I'll give it a little steel wool and wax. It'll look beautiful. So come on in, I'll bring you in tight. You can see what's happening. You can see why I love this shellac and sanding process. All right, we're in a little tight here. So here's a drawer front. So I've got this 1 coat of shellac on this and 220 sandpaper. Bang, that's that. And bang, that's that. That's that. The bottom, obviously you don't even need to do, but there's that. Now, bing, 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 get the lower edge. You can see that I'm not doing very much. I'm just passing the sandpaper over it until that shiny shellac turns into dust. Just dusty. It's still kind of shiny underneath, but it's wicked dusty. I'll blow that off and then put another coat of shellac on. But you can see what's happening. I can easily cut through the surface. The trick here is to have any of my ambient dust, which there's plenty. It rises to the surface because it's light. It rises to the surface of the shellac and makes it kind of, and you can feel it. On this you can feel, it's not rough, but you can feel the surface. It's rough, like a piece of sandpaper. Very soft sandpaper, but you get my point. It's rough because of the dust that's collected on it. But a little bit of the top layer of shellac and dust comes off, just passing the sandpaper across it. And that's it. That's it. So I'll move on to the next one. I guess in the end, I don't mind doing this over and over and over again repetitively because it's simple, and you don't have to worry about slipping or nowhere near as hard as hitting a baseball being thrown at you with a bat. You know, it's just move the sandpaper across the surface, and the dust layer tells you when you're done. Done. I also thinned the shellac a little bit before I put this on, just so that the surface would break up like this when I sand it. Now, we all know that the shellac dries in about 20 minutes, but if you want to be able to sand it to dust this easily and not gum the crap out of your paper, I wait till the next day. So I pretty much plan out what I'm doing so that I can have a day of, you know, the last thing I do before I go home, right, is shellac something. And then they come back the next day and it's great. I can start right in on it. And that's that. Simple. Just simple. I've done the same thing to the boxes themselves. And in a little while we'll see those show up. And I'll get a second coat of shellac on all of it. That is smooth as a baby's ass. Nice. Really nice. So, now, we're going to do something controversial. Let me show you. Alright, here we go. Got these things all, what I call sanded. They're clean. They're covered with dust, and so I'm blowing the dust off. Now you say, but Dave, you're blowing all that dust into the air. Look at me go. And it's true. All the dust is going in the air. And it's going to come down, rain down, and settle on everything. But in the process of doing that, I've knocked Wait a second. So I've knocked all the dust into the air, but I've also blown it all off these pieces. So all the dust in the little holes, all the dust in the little teeny cracks, all the dust in the pores in the wood are gone. All the dust has been blown away. It's gone into the air, but it's no longer on the piece. So when I put my wet brush on this thing and wipe across it, I won't be picking up dust, mixing it with my finish and spreading it around everywhere. Yes, after the finish is on, it will rain down for the rest of the day out of the air and drop on the top, but it'll be on the top. And it'll stand on the top, and it won't mix in with the finish. I know it seems wrong to make more, in quotes, dust in the air, but it won't mix with the finish, and when I sand it the next time, it knocks right off. Gone. No longer in my way. I like it. I'm slow to come to this understanding, but now that I have, I'm sticking with it. So, we'll move on. Thanks for watching.